Okay, hello. So, this is one of my drawings that I made a couple of days ago. I did start this piece differently than the others because I did want to make it look like it came out more organically. It is paradoxical in a sense because I do want my artworks to convey a sense of confusion, but at the same time I want them to be balanced. So there is kind of a paradox there. And the pen that I'm using is a rotring pen. It doesn't have a refilling capsule. It's a pen that I do like and I do prefer because it has a lot of precision in the lines and it kind of helps me to be more detailed and not get all messy with the fountain pen, because the fountain pen you have to be careful because it does drip sometimes. And this pen is actually a technical pen that it's it does help me a lot to make better drawings. You can see here that I was thinking about it a lot before I was making a lot of changes. I do like sometimes to take my time with the artwork because it does help me to calm down and just think about what I do want the artwork to represent. So I do sometimes get inspired by artworks that sometimes flow naturally into the piece of paper because I don't at the subconscious level I don't understand what is going on, but after the piece is done is like me remembering all the stuff that I've been through and all the stuff that have made me have an emotional reaction. And I don't always promote that the piece should look aesthetically good because sometimes that's not the point with art in general is about experimentation, and I have experimented a lot in my life with different mediums, but not a lot with color. I will admit that with color I have not experimented a lot, but with lines and dots and with ink, like I have 5 years of experience that I carry with me. So even if I do make a mistake in one of my drawings, like I can fix it, but none of you will notice, only I will notice it. And so this piece is about something that has went terribly wrong and I'm in the middle of it apparently. So that's most of my artworks is like complex feelings that I'm having and keep me up at night, and I'm not sure about how this piece represents me because this is like kind of personal and I don't want to open up about anything, but I want to talk abstractly and talk about how I feel in general about things that happen to life and how you respond to life, and that is how what I'm trying to convey in my art, that sometimes things happen and some feelings are left behind, and those are the feelings that keep me awake at night sometimes. And here I am posting it on YouTube about how I'm feeling about my life and my work. And it's different from what I'm used to, because I'm not very talkative. I'm very introverted, and I don't always know how the the piece is going to evolve. But I always try for the best, and right now I'm getting better and better every day, and that is the plan, to experiment every day and find new ideas and new experiments and new ways to tickle my imagination. So this was the first sketch. uh, I have said it before and I will say it again, like, doing this kind of videos does help with my mental health, because I am more alert, you can say, when I'm drawing, which helps me to give a context to the drawing most of the times, not all of the times, because sometimes I still don't know what the meaning of some of my drawings are, but I will try to give more interpretations about my drawings, because I think that's what makes this channel fun, to 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 figure out other people's imaginations, how they work, and how most of these things are subjective, and in forms, in abstract forms, how every person sees and describes and also senses something different every time that he watches the artwork. And yeah, it's a kind of therapeutic for other people as well, I think. And I think but I'm not certain. I think it does help people. If I am describing my feelings, it could help another person to, I don't know, recognize their feelings while I'm describing my feelings. I don't know if that's how it works, but it could be like a psychology session. It would be nice. At least that's what I'm trying to achieve through my drawings, to help people and encourage people to draw abstractly on their own and discover their own feelings, and they could achieve some kind of mastery if they do it for long enough. Because I started drawing when I was 18, and mostly abstractly, but I wasn't near the level I am today. Of course, that's the nature of things. Every day we get better, and every day we evolve, every day we explore new things. So that's what I've done the last like 8 years. I've discovered myself more, and I know what I want from my art. I do want my art to convey a sense of ambiguity and confusion, because since I was little, I've always been confused. I always had questions that couldn't be answered. I always had deep thoughts about life and the universe and me and what it all means. And that's not the common questions an 18 and 11-year old could have. I guess I mean I don't know. I'm speaking for me, so I don't know what an 11-year old is dreaming about or fascinated about. But I do know me, and I always had this feeling of unease about life, and it kind of tells in my drawings that I am a bit spontaneous, but at the same time restricted. I am free, but at the same time, I do keep myself in a cage. Like, there is so much to talk about the paradox of life and the paradox of the mind. And this is how I convey these emotions in my art. Like, this is what they represent, most of them. And yeah, these are my artworks, and I always experimented since I started drawing, and this is some experiments that I'm doing today with these two drawings. I did change my style a bit, and when I say style, I mean that I did change the way I approach the artworks. But it is in ink still. I will, like I said before, try different mediums like on canvas or larger on larger dimensions. But for now, this is my drawings. Thank you.